at my house kind of things. Let me see, is it live or not? Wait. Okay, let me check. Everything okay? Sorry, it got disconnected. Okay, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Oops. Okay. So where were I just now? Okay. So I was talking about like the complete building kind of stuff, like endless work task kind of stuff. So then I think it's about like about 3-4 years. I think about three years back kind of thing. So I start to kind of like pay a bit more attention to my families and to my work kind of stuff, right? And I think that's the times that I'm kind of like been like very less active on the startup ecosystems, right? So there's a couple of reasons on that. I think first things that Penang have its own startup startup ecosystem been running. So I've been building the whole things. Then the state takeovers and they felt they can do better roles on building the startup ecosystems. There's a couple of people like also been doing this. They say they can do better kind of stuff. I mean, I think it's fine. So I let them like so-called possible betas to them, let them run kind of thing. So I don't want to get in. I mean, to interrupt what other people's doing. So I kind of like let them go ahead to do like to host or build whatever activities in Penang. So I can spend my times more time with my family and kids kind of stuff. And those you guys have kids, you guys basically will understand that. I think it's very important, right? To spend time with the kids. They grow very fast, kind of thing. And when they're young, they always seek for attention, kind of stuff. I you see just now, like my youngest daughters keep coming in and out. Like if you check it out, like my past photos and stuff. Then after that, then of course, right, I need to focus on my existing business also, right? I don't make sure that I keep providing food on the table. Also, I got 3 kids to take care. I got a mom, which that sisters, we got to take care. Mom's not really working her stuff. My parents divorced during when I college time, so I'm got to take care of my mom's kind of things. Then after that, my sister got married, so I spent time with my sisters, right? Then after that, my brother got married at Singapore's kind of things, right? So been kind of like a bit busy, like on the family matters and also on personal matters kind of thing. So because of this, that I know I kind of not involved too much on the startup ecosystem. And I think also because of particularities, and I think a lot of people have been saying, as usual, there's a lot of rumors in there. And I also don't really like the rumors and what's going on. So I kind of like, okay, leave it, don't give a shit care kind of stuff. So, but I think it's good right now. So I know I start to share now this with you all, right? It's not to get so-called sympathies or whatnot. I'm trying to share with you guys, right? Like how does a fellas that with like family with kids, right, need to juggle between this couple of things. And I always put it this way, right? Like for you guys that been attending startup events, meetups, or those you are hosting, or those been entrepreneurs and those been founders, right? Especially those are if those are single, I think you already start to feel the stress about it. Right? Imagine that you're married, then your stress levels getting higher. If you have 1 kid, then you find out shit, right? The stress levels start growing, like start going up kind of stuff. Like imagine, like say again, like sorry, I would like to repeat. You have 3 kids. Imagine you have 3 kids, just like me. So what are you gonna do? All right? How are you gonna keep up with your lifestyles, with the work and stuff, right? And kind of things, right? Definitely, you start to going back, focusing on what really matter, right? So this is what I do, kind of thing, right? But because of this particular COVID-19 lockdown, that like I start to spend time like with my family, kids kind of stuff. Then I think a lot you guys start to see that I'm like doing a lot of Facebook live. I think because I'm to be honest, I'm a very social person. I think in general a lot of people know I'm a very social person. Hence that's why community builders kind of suit me. I like to talk. That's why I a lot of Facebook live because again, like I say, I like to talk. I like to socials. I like to go networking. I like to go drinking kind of stuff. And I like cute toys. I can see that I like cute toys. I've been doing a couple of toys reviews. I also like to do gardening. So I have a lot of hobbies also, I think. Right. So this particular lockdowns, my mom's here, wife, three kids, kind of things together, and business been heavily affected. Startup been heavily affected for about I think about like six, like 3, 4, 5 months kind of stuff. I think since March, April, June, July, August, near September. So it's about 5 months. I think there's a lot been thinkings. Then I think there's a lot of discovery. There's a lot of um, so-called revive, right? Revise, and I think that, there's a lot of discussions also, right, in the communities itself. I think from right, business been closing down, startup ecosystems, economy kind of things, and some things that I was thinking to do, right, and see what's going on, and now getting a teams coming in and going back to be active on the startup ecosystem back, right? So this is what I felt. Again, this is what I felt, right? My personal point of view, right? Don't kind of like put it like, oh, this is what Curry says, and this is what the whole thing, like, not really. Okay. So this is basically in general how I feel and what I like to do, right? So like I say, it's like against early days, when Penang there's nothing, right? I start to host a lot of startup events, activities, build up the whole startup ecosystem. Then for this years in general, like you hardly heard any startup activities in Penang, and in general, I felt that the startup ecosystems it is kind of like a bit dying off. Then COVID against not really in a good matter for this particular industries. And I was doing a lot of brainstorming, talking, and discussion with various of people. And this is what my personal thought it is actually now, like with COVID, what's going on, like the need of startup ecosystem, local communities become more crucial and more important, right? And the reason is very obvious, right? Everyone got this, like, can't travel, right? There's no tourism, right? There's no people coming in. You cannot host big events. It means that a lot of offline activities cannot be done, right? So lack of networking sessions, even some of the preaching are to move to online kind of things, right? And because of these things, right? And a lot of things have been business have been disrupted, right? Been affected. Then it become more crucial that we need to pay attention at this particular areas, right? Startup, like building the whole startup ecosystem or building an ecosystem itself, right? A local ecosystem. So everyone can support each other's, like like the Malaysians tagline "Kita Jaga Kita," right? So this is what I felt that what is very important and what need to be done, and as the communities itself need to come in together and to take ownerships to help to build the startup ecosystem. And this is what I felt like need to be done. And what I see is actually one of the point or one of the areas which kind of like I miss it out previously is that I was too much focused on I found out that the whole startup ecosystem communities are too much focused on offline, right? Not on the online side, right? This is what I felt, right? So in general, online side, you basically have Facebook, right? You have Google's for your search kind of stuff. Then you have Discords and everything else. Then but the so-called activities events are basically all offline, right? But once the COVID happens, then we start to move everything to online. We start to move it to Zooms, right? Meetings, all that kind of stuff. And we start to have Facebook Live or what having right now kind of thing. And this is what I felt that this is something that been missing, right? This is the part that been missing previously, is right. In order to want to do something that scalable, I think we need to move it into online, right? This is what I felt that be missing towards to a lot of startup ecosystem, is that the community itself are not being properly curated and move it to online. And this is something that I want to do, especially towards this particular moments of time. I wish I felt like I think it's important and it's crucial kind of thing, right? So again, like these are reasons I also start to having today's Facebook Live, right, to talk about, right, the challenges that I've been facing previously, right, so that those, like, you heard it kind of stuff, then you might want to take a little bit step back, like before you come and you start to judge me for like what kind of like dance kind of things, right, and what rumors that you heard about it kind of things. So this basically, like, I want to say, right, not many people been watching tonight. I think that's why Kevin been watching throughout kind of things. Then I think Dennis Sylvester come say hi kind of stuff. I think he left. So far here I only saw I think one people's been watching kind of say, but I'm not sure whether the statics is real or not, all kind of stuff. But anyway, so I say something like I'd like to share like what's going on. Oh, there's 6 people watching right now kind of thing. Okay, cool. So who's watching? Not many people been watching tonight. So I'm trying to still like get it figure it out, like some of the Facebook like things, like how it works and stuff. Okay, so like anyone have any questions? Like those are watching right now live, like do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions? Like you can pop it up here to me then. So Kevin say what rumors? Okay. So a lot of rumors says that I'm a bad boy, right? A lot of rumors says that I'm an asshole. Rumors say that I cheat people, right? Rumors says that I did not deliver what I promised, all the kind of stuff. There's a lot of rumors about me. And like there are even a website like start to condemn about me kind of stuff. I know there's a Facebook group, right? Start to condemn a lot of people. Like I think one of the persons I always like kena, right? Is basically me also. So that's basically like some of the rumors that people been like talking about. I got a message. Okay, no, just like my partners messaged me. Has nothing to do with this Facebook. So there's this kind of like rumors like been going around kind of stuff, right? Then there's also a time, right? I think last year I was quite active in KL. Some of you guys might know, like last year I was very active in KL. Henry, what's up? You want to join me, right? You also have kids, entrepreneurs. I want to share about your tough life and things. Okay, let me know, like if anyone want to join, like on the conversation. I think I'm using Restream. I think Restreams can also invite additional people to come in for conversations kind of stuff. So like I was saying, so like there's a couple of these kind of rumors like going around with me. Then a lot of people say that, you know, I do things halfway through, then I land like on the startup ecosystem. So I want to put it this way, like it's not that I'm being paid. I want to put it this way, guys. It's not that I've been paid, right, to host or to run startup ecosystem, right? I'm not being paid, right, to run events kind of stuff. Not like certain people being paid to do so, right? I'm not, right? So no, that was be like if during my Magic time was different, right? I was paid by Magic as a contract part-time. Then no, I still uphold my role. Then there's one time I'll be helping Penang State, so I uphold my role. But after that, then it's my personal things, right? If I'm free, I host it. I do things. If I'm not, then it's okay, right? I don't do because I'm not being paid. It's not my role, right? Compared to other people, they've been paid to do so. So you should ask them instead of ask me, kind of thing, right? I don't mention names. Again, this today, I'm not here to condemn anyone, right? I'm not here to mention name or whatever kind of things. Like I say, I'm just here to share like the challenges that I face, right? The difficulty that I've been facing too, right? And I also one thing I want to share is like, right? Henry, no. Like I say, I'm not mentioning name, right? Okay, Alvin, thanks, support. Okay, right. Like I say, so I'm not here to mention names, right? I'm not here to mention names. I think now is not the best time to mention names. Also, now, in terms of pandemic times, I think we should forget the past. I think what's happened already happens. Like we just like bygones be bygones. Like past already past. Like let it go, kind of stuff. That's why it's called past, right? And I think what we need to kind of focus is today, right? The present and also the futures, right? And this is what I felt. I think we only have one enemy, which is COVID-19, right? In general, like it hit everyone. I think we need to focus on that first. I think that's very important, right? COVID-19 is happening right now, right? It affect everyone. So what we as community, what we as like Malaysians communities or like on my side, like what in Penang, what we can do about it? How can we help the economy? How do we take parts to contribute the economy or the GDPs of the country? What can we do? I think there's a lot of things we can do. Like if we come in together, Kevin, so let me share with you about this guy now. You are listening, Kevin. Now there's some things that I want to talk about. I'll be back now. Like here doing live. Okay, now okay, fine. I mentioned him. Then I mentioned him. Okay, fine. Okay, let's talk about Kevin Aziz. Topic Kevin Aziz since he comment right now. So when I first know him, Kevin Aziz, I don't like him. Everyone know, right? I don't like him. He don't like me. So we don't really get along well. Not really. But after a while, right, it seems like we get pretty well. We get along pretty well, right? We still once in a while. I think we still have this disagreement in terms of opinion, but we seem get pretty well kind of stuff, right? And to a surprise, Kevin Aziz, right? He is my senior. We are from the same school, Penang Free School, and we also came from the same college. But I do not know him until like a couple years back, when I was doing the startup ecosystem kind of stuff, hosting events. When I was with Magic, then I got to know Kazana. He was part of Kazana at that time. He already resigned. Right now, he's helping Think Cities, right, to do some Penang's city planning kind of stuff, kind of things. I think he will tell you what's he working on. He's helping on Nganyan for Tech Fest, WCITs on end of the years kind of thing. Like I say, it's like right, I only know him through Kazana kind of things, right? So I think things happen for a reason. I think things happen for a reason kind of stuff, right? So definitely not you, Kevin. Definitely not you, right? So I say it's like I'm not here to mention him. I think now it's about what can we do together, right? To build the whole startup ecosystem, and this is some things I want to do, and I feel like there's things that I can contribute. I think in general, right? It will help me indirectly, not directly, will help me indirectly also. And I think also a lot of people have been asking me, like, why I'm still in Penang, why I'm still in Malaysia, kind of things, right? I've been traveling around Southeast Asia, Malaysia, like Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, Korea, kind of stuff, right? Why I'm still in Penang, why I'm still in Malaysia? Because this is my country. Very simple. This is my country. I got to admit that Malaysians, I got a lot of help from Malaysians government itself, Malaysia's government itself, right? They've been helping me previously when I was in a difficult time, indirectly. My family's here, right? And I always felt that I think we must, it's very important for us to know that who we are, right? Yes, I'm Chinese, right? Generals, like my ancestors are from China, right? But I'm a Malaysian, right? If I took out my ICs out, kind of things, right? Take out my ICs, it's basically I'm a Malaysian, right? So if I'm Malaysian, let's do something for Malaysia's kind of stuff, right? Right. I mean, my kids gonna grow up here, kind of stuff. So I better build a better place for them in the futures. So this is what I felt that I think what we as a Malaysian, what we should do about it. So talk about this back on the startup ecosystem. So this is something which I felt, again, I say I felt, right, we need to be done, right? And those, if you think that what I'm saying tonight makes sense, come over, join me and let's do it together. So I think the more the merrier, right? I can't do everything myself. I believe like everyone's have a part in building the whole startup ecosystem. Right? So I have passions, like I say, I have passions towards startup ecosystem itself. Like there's so many other areas. Like there's things like on like agricultures, semicons, manufacturings, uh, fabrics, and other lines kind of stuff, right? But my passions, my interests are on tech startup itself, right? And as much as I want to do because of my limitations of like my resources, my capabilities, and also my two hands, 24 hours a day, I need to sleep here and there with my kids, my family. So for first step, like I want to focus in Penang first. Then, if allowed, right, permitted, then I'll like do in the nationwide kind of stuff. So in general, like what I like to do is like rebuild the whole startup ecosystem slowly, one step at a time, right? It's just like building blocks, building a house, right? So you got to start like from one brick to another brick kind of stuff, right? Building the foundations, then slowly like bringing it up. So this is something that I want to do, right? And because of this COVID-19 kind of thing, I felt that we should kind of bring these things into online, right? I think we need to start to bring the community together. So there's a couple of Facebook groups that we are kind of like active over there, right? One is the Penang's the Penang entrepreneurs community kind of thing, right? Those if guys are not there yet, let me know, right? I'll put you in. Then there's also a couple of Facebook groups. The ones that actually I'm trying to build is called Tech Startup Malaysia's on that particular groups, right? Facebook group. Then there's also a Discord channel which was started by this guy called Jeffrey Ling. He's a Malaysian. Spent a lot of times in Taiwan, and right now he's at New Zealand, but he's a very active in the community side. It's called the ASEX Discord group, right? So please come and join us. Like I think this is one of the things that we have in terms of communications. Then after that, we're going to bring slowly bring a lot more events coming in together, right? So we have like recently have like this particular discussion with this guy called Henry Ties. So he run startups called Big Domains. Now he have a co-working space at mainland called Big Co. So initially we want to have like bi-weekly meetups kind of things, but because of this COVID, so I think we're on hold until the situation is better, right? Then I think we're gonna hold it back, right? So come and join us for the meetup. Then we start to host a couple of sessions, and also try to listen to the community itself. Like what do you guys think is needed, and we try to make it happen, kind of stuff. But like I say, like take it one step at a time. And one of the things that I like to do, like with my resources, is to host pitching sessions. Right, I try to bring the pitching sessions to be online. This is what I felt as a startup itself. Right, there's a few things that in general they will face. I think one of the challenges that they will face is basically fundraising. Right. I think one of the ways to help up is to do a pitching sessions. Then growth, right? This is where accelerators or incubations come to pictures. Then skills where they need to go for market access, and then talents they did. Excuse me, right? Just finish my dinners, kind of stuff. Okay, talents, right? This is where training workshop jobs come into pictures. I think for that particular part, Henry, I think he's going to start this particular so-called new startup project focusing on talents, going on these things. I think this is something that he's doing. So I think he will be launching soon. I think pay attention on that. Then I think basically this is a few like kind of building blocks for startups kind of thing. And we are in the progress also. We are in the progress to build an online platform for startups to come in, right? So what basically this kind of platform will do basically is like hopefully this platform able to help you to connect with these regions or locals, investors, VCs, right? Help you to make the so-called your fundings process faster. Hopefully this platform also help you to find the right people for your teams and your talents kind of stuff. And one of the things that we try to build is also the resources where we try to get some of the templates up, like things like how your pitch deck is supposed to be, like what does it means on valuations, how do you calculate your valuations, what does term sheets look like last weekend's Friday nights on the ASEC happy hours, our friends Victor says that he have challenges like to explain to uh, traditional investor what is convertible notes kind of things. So I felt this kind of resources is needed, right? A lot of people's not really familiar on these things. I think something that we want to get it up. And of course, as usual, like started with English. I know that Malaysia is multilinguals. If anyone's keen helping out, right, to do some of the translations, please come and help out on these kind of things. I think this will help on the community side. So basically, like we want to build the hopefully like build these platforms, this ecosystem, how about on the local startup ecosystem. So when the situations are better, then we start to host offline events. Right. Meanwhile, I think to stay safe, I think best now. I think we keep things to be online kind of things, right? But I think certain things we can run away. Like says, I'm a social animals. Like I always like to go for networking kind of stuff. So when we go out, so we try to be careful, right? Practice social distancing, wear masks as always, sanitize yourself kind of thing, right? Okay, so I think I talk a lot already. Okay, I saw Kevin talk about ARMS and also X86. Okay, one last thought. Okay, one last things before I close up. If you coming in, then I'll start talking about it, right? I can talking throughout the whole night. Because this is what I felt. I want to share with you guys. This is what I felt, kind of things. Okay, again, my personal point of view. Don't get me wrong, right? If right, we Malaysians can come up with our own processors, how awesome it's going to be. Like it's going to put Malaysia's in the world map. Talk about it, right? I mean, Penang's have the talents, we have the manufacturing, all the kind of stuff. In general, I felt that we have the knowledge to build our own microchip. And with what's going on today, you don't need to have a factory to build that, right? Basically, what you need to do is you just need to do design, right? After that, you send to other people to manufacture. Basically, that's all you need to do. It's of course everything there's a cost, there's money of it, kind of stuff, right? But I think the barrier entry is not as high as we thought it is, right? And if you are looking at what's going on, like I know you can do research, talk about what's going to happen on the microprocessors, chip, kind of things, and you're going to find out that the entries, I think, is not as challenging as we thought it is, right? ARMS versus X86, right? It's just basically the instruction sets, like RISC versus CISC kind of stuff, right? And I think if those are interested into this thing, you should look into RISC-V, right? ARMS is still what ARM did is actually they open up their core, so you still need to pay license. Then you can build additional things on top of it. This is what Qualcomm been doing, TSMC been doing, and what Apple been doing also, right? Kind of things like they keep enhancing the particular chip itself, right? So, but they still need to pay the license to ARMS. There's one like 100% so-called open source RISC architecture is called RISC-V. You should check it out, right? If you're interested, you should check it out, kind of thing, right? You can do on that. Then, of course, it says that you want to test it out, you can use the FPGAs to do that, right? Then to see whether the chips work before you go into mass manufacturing, right? Kind of things, right? In Malaysia, like if we go in most like universities, you can check it out. I think most students in general, they have basic foundations on how to use FPGAs kind of stuff. Right? And this is how you start to so-called design your microcontrollers and microprocessors kind of things, right? Before you go into mass manufacturing. So any more questions? I'm not sure. Let me refresh whether see there's any more questions coming in. Anyone have any comments? Right. If not, then I would like to call it a night already. Okay. So that's basically all for me today, right? About this particular topic, right? I'm not sure whether I explain it all or not, right? If not, again, comment, then I'll do another sessions kind of things, right? So everyone, please stay safe, take care of yourself, wear mask kind of stuff, and have a good weeks ahead. Take care. Bye.